Okay, so Rory is working at a job he cannot stand and has put in his 2 weeks notice. Throughout his final 10 days of work, he tracks his frustration level, which starts at 0 and it increases by 10D on day D, but only by 3D if he vents about it to his family. So let F be the sum of all possible values of Rory's frustration at the end of the 10 days. Compute the remainder when F is divided by 1000. So obviously we have a lot of possible values of F, right? Given that we have 10 days and on each day, he can either vent or not vent. So it can be like V, not vent, vent, and so on for all 10 entries. So it seems like we have a total of 2 to the 10 different combinations of Rory venting or not venting, since there are 10 days. And on each day, you can choose to vent or not vent. And obviously, you can't add up all of those inputs by hand. So there will have to be another way we can use to solve this problem. So we are trying to find the sum of all possible values of Rory's frustration level. And notice that if you were to do it this way, as I have written down, there are going to be a lot of overlaps. For instance, this sum will be equivalent. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of overlap, right? And we are only looking for the sum of all possible values. So that would not be the way to go. So instead, we can think about this question by considering the lowest and highest possible F values that Rory can obtain. So the lowest possible F value is if he would vent every single day. And the F value for that would be, well, it would be 3 times 1 plus 2 plus 3, so on, plus dot, 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 plus 10. And we know that this sum in here is 55. And so that would be the lowest possible value. Well, what about the highest possible value? Well, that would simply be 10 times 55. So now that we have the lowest and highest possible F values, and now we have to consider what F values Rory can even obtain. So let's take the lowest possible value here. So what if Rory doesn't decide to vent on day 1? So instead of 3, we have a 10 here, and everything else is multiplied by 3. Well, that would increase Rory's frustration level by 7. And what if he decides to vent on day 1, but doesn't decide to vent on day 2 instead? Well, that's going to increase Rory's total frustration level by 14. And by just finding some combination of days for Rory to vent or for Rory to not vent, it turns out that any multiple of 7, so like plus 7n, all the way from 3 times 55 to 10 times 55 can be obtained. So now all we have to do is sum up these numbers. And obviously this is an arithmetic sequence and we have a formula for that. So now all we have to do is find out how many terms are in this sequence. So 3 times 55, increments of 7 all the way to 10 times 55. And if you do the math, you can find that there are 56 terms because we have to consider the first term as well. So it's not just 55. So we have 56 times this thing on the right. And if you just calculate it out, you get 20020. And the answer is A, because it is asking for mod 1000.
Hi, everybody. This is Tim. Hope you're enjoying our videos. If so, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that sort of thing. But what I'd really want to invite you to do is to send us an email at media@mathleague.org. Tell us which problems you'd like to see us cover next in our video series. Take care and see you in the next video.